Welcome and congratulations to Design Simple. You have made a fantastic investment in your design future. In this easy to follow downloadable video, you can learn the ins and outs of Photoshop. Thank you for purchasing Lesson 1. Let's get started. Learn Photoshop, 5 easy lessons. Lesson 1, let there be layers. In Lesson 1, I will be teaching you how to create layers here, the Move tool, Marquee tool, color palette, patterns, edit, fill, stroke, free transform, and transform. Okay, let's get started. File new, 8.5 by 11. We're designing in inches right now, and I'm keeping the resolution at 72 RGB, and then just say create. Okay, when you first start out, you're going to see your layers, all right, and they might not be there actually. So if they've disappeared, you're going to say window, layers, and I say save, but go, click, it's all the same. So you have your layers, okay? We're going to always never design on our background layer. We're going to create and get a new layer, okay? So new layer. Another way you can do is say layer new and get another new layer. And we can, let's do circle. We'll name this, circle. And this layer we can double click on and name this square. Okay. All right, so I'm going to click on my square layer. I'm activating it. I go to my marquee tool and I'm going to make a rectangle, or actually I'll make a square. So hold down the shift key. Now, everything I'm doing with these objects, we can do with images and also text, which you will learn in lesson 2 and lesson 3. All right, so this is my color palette. You have your foreground color and you have your background color. So I'm going to double click. Now, I love this color, so I'm going to use it. You can also use an RGB of the color, a CMYK, okay, and also a Pantone. All right, so say okay. I'm going to go to Edit Fill. I'm going to use foreground color. Oftentimes it will default to Content Aware. Make sure that you're on foreground color. And I'm going to use my color mode as normal. In later lessons, I'll get into these blending options, blending modes, and 100% opacity right now. Okay, these are called dancing ants. They just activate the actual object, okay? Like if I want to delete it, I would hit delete, okay, and it gets rid of the color inside. So I'm going to say edit, undo, clear. All right, now I am going to Control D, get rid of my dancing ants, and I'm going to throw a stroke. So I'm just going to have a black stroke, change my color, edit stroke. I'm going to do a 8 point black on the inside. Okay, back to my move tool. Okay, and I'm just going to move it down over here, and then I'm also going to transform it. Now, free transform basically lets you rotate and then also scale. And I'm holding down my shift key to keep it uniformed. Then I press enter to end. Okay. Now, if I really love this shape, okay, I can Control J. Again, I'm going to say that Control J, and it makes a copy, which is fantastic. I just love it. Absolutely love it. Okay, let's go to the next layer, the circle layer. Okay, so I'm going to grab the elliptical marquee, make a gigantic circle. Okay, I'm going to double click on my color palette. Now, if I want to use a tint of this color, so I'm going to come over here with my picker, and I'm going to come up here and just get a lighter tint. Edit fill. Again, foreground normal, 100, okay, all right. And then I am going to I'm going to kind of just stay here with what I'm doing, 8 pixels, okay, black. Again, Control D, back to my move tool. I'm always constantly going back to my move tool. That's kind of like the reset. All right, I can grab the circle, I can drag it, drop it, okay. I can put it in between. All right. I can also use my arrows to move it. All right. So now let's make another layer. Okay. one other layer. I'm going to get my, this will be our last one. I'm just going to actually fill the whole entire space. So I'm going to marquee the whole entire page. I'm going to pick a lighter color and edit fill. 100%. I'm going to fill the whole space. Control D. Okay. Now, because it is the second one, it's showing up as a second layer. So I can just drag it and drop it. Okay. All right, now let's play around a little bit about with kind of aligning. So let's say I have my circle. Let's bring my square above. All right, so this square and this square. So what I did, I selected one, hold the Shift key, select the other. Okay, and then up here you have different aligns. You could align them down. You can align them at the top, middle, okay? Now they become one. All right, so you guys get the idea. Okay. Let's click out here. I'm just gonna move him. Okay. So that's something that will help, especially with text when we get into text, all right? But it's really nice when you're making advertisements, flyers, and you want things to be layered. I'm gonna show you a couple other little tricks. We have view, and you can do show grid. This is also really nice when you're trying to align specific text and or images. Okay, let's take that off. Okay, another thing, you want to make sure that your snap to is not chosen. Okay, you do not want to ever snap to the grid. That causes a lot of issues. So just, if that's happening, double check. If you have like an object that won't move, that's usually the case. Okay, all right, one more thing I want to cover is I'm going to make another layer. Okay, I'm just going to make a real quick box, and then you have patterns here, okay, that you can use to fill. Now, before you fill a pattern, if you want to throw a stroke on it, you can. I don't use a lot of patterns, but sometimes they're nice. Okay. Okay, then now that will do the stroke as a pattern. Okay, so that's one option. Did you see how I did that? Oh, don't move that. There we go. Okay, now another option is to make another box, okay, and you can just fill that with a pattern. All right, so those are patterns. You probably won't use them that often, but they're nice to know about. Okay, just move that, let's say right in there. And I don't really care for this. So if you don't care for something, just grab it and drop it. Okay. And if you saw, that turns the eye off. Okay, so you can kind of see, okay, do I like it? Do I not? Okay. All right. Now we'll just kind of move things around. Not so bad, right? Probably not the best design I've ever designed, but it definitely works. Okay, so let's see, we'll just take that off. I'm gonna trash that as well. And I'm just moving my arrows, moving it around. I'm gonna grab the circle, Control T. I love it. Okay, love it. Now, I've created this. Now I want to show you guys couple more things, and then we'll end the lesson. Okay, I'm going to click on the square. I'm going to hold down my Shift key, and I'm going to go to the circle. I'm going to right click, and I'm going to merge layers. Not merge visible, because it will merge all of them, and I'm not going to flatten the whole project. I'm just going to merge these layers, and now it's one. Okay, and now I can edit, transform, I can rotate it. Okay. I can free transform it, so I can scale it, hold down the Shift key. Okay. I can Control J, another copy. I can also transform. Okay, I could flip horizontally. So the possibilities are absolutely endless, right? I'm going to hold down the Shift key. I'm going to select both of them, and I'm going to align them Let's see, to the left. Line them. No, we don't want to do that. Edit, undo. Okay, so you start to see all the fun things you can do. Let's see, align them. No, they won't go that way. Okay. All right, so this is how to use the layers, the move tool, the marquee tool, the color palette, edit, fill, stroke, and transform. Okay, please play around with the different transforms as well. As you can see, let's select here. You have scale, rotate, skew, distort, perspective. So like perspective is really fun. So it'll be like a one, almost like a 1-point perspective. Okay, again, these are just the basic, simple tools. In lesson 2, we'll be learning how to use the text tool, okay? Let's save the 2 different versions. So this is the Photoshop file. Photoshop file always keeps and maintains your layers for you. So let's say File, Save As on your computer. And again, I'm going to call this Lesson 1A because I've created a few other ones. So here we go, save. Okay. Now, if I want to make a JPEG, I would say File, Save As on my computer. Now, the JPEG would be if you're going to be emailing it, sending it to a client or print shop, and or uploading it to the internet. Okay. JPEG Lesson 1. JPEG, you're going to have this icon, and what it's going to do is it's going to compress all the layers into one. So save. See how I did that over there? Okay, now let me just show you really quick. Open Recents. Well, this is a different file, but you'll see that it's all one. So now I can't even move it. Okay, once it's a JPEG, it's pretty much in stone, and you can add to it, so you can add a layer to it, but you cannot change it. So again, it's really important you keep that Photoshop layer because that's where you can, change your address, change your number, change the year, change a price, make a change for a client. Okay, I have unfortunately learned the hard way to always have a Photoshop file. Okay, so have fun, enjoy. You are definitely on your way to designing amazing graphics. Okay, enjoy, have fun, and thank you.